Double Diamond Railroad back after a 6-hour work session today. Only broke up by lunch, late lunch at 2 o'clock. We finally got this. All the kinks worked out, a rewire in the yard. Had to drop 10 more feeders. And it's all because these Pico insel frogs are power routing. Unlike the way the Atlas worked, they don't work that same way. At least I can never see that. These actually cut your trap power off, depending on which way you're throwing them. Didn't expect that. So I had to drop extra feeders everywhere. Let's see if I can show where they are here. So what I did right here, had to add that one. Didn't have it before because that was insulated right there. Had to put a red one back here. I went with red to match up with other things. Really, red is going to black now. White is going to red underneath. I got to change the black one underneath. Get some white 14. So I had to do this one. There's one in here on the inside. And right over here. And over here. And then, well, all those were over there already. So I had to go on the backside, put in reds on every one of these dual wires to get the power because it's behind the switch. If you threw any switch up there, it would cut the power off, depending on which way it was thrown, which track it would kill. I don't want that with DCC because I'm going to have engines down here lit up, idling, whatever, multiple operations going on simultaneous. It might work on DC, but not this way. So I got that little car down for a tester while we were finishing out. And so what ended up, you could not get this spur right here. This one, it was deader than a doornail. Got the digital meter jumpered here to here and here to here. And across from there to there and stuff. Trying to find, then I put it in continuity mode and found it was breaking at the switch, breaking at the switch. So I ended up coming up here, put 2 more feeders, drop down in between the switches because I had 2 up here. And so ahead and behind the switch, ahead of the switch and behind the switch. And now we just tied those 2 in, that did it. That fixed it, gave us the power down here all the time that we wanted. So the only way you can kill it now is up here at the top and back here at the lead switch. You can kill it that way if you don't have the main booster power onto all this area. What I have is over here on the selector switch, I was able to use number 4. Right there, I was able to use number 4. If I kill that 4, it kills the whole yard if you got the 2 lead switches set right. So it's kind of handy. I can block out now. I never had that before. Sometimes when you have emergency programming, I would get in here and I forget that this area was on, and I mess up all the engines. I've ruined 8 engines before. They were sitting inside the yard still hot because it was feeding off the main line number 2. So now we can shut that down, isolate it, check with the tester to make sure every time until we get things under control here. So now it's all normal. Let's see if I... Yeah, it's still on, see? No matter what I do there. Because I got that back feeding power from that number 4 switch. Now if I kill that number 4, it'll still be hot in the yard. But if I throw either one of the switches out there, first one will kill this section, and the second one kills the interior part. So we finally got it. Boy, it was a head scratcher. I was going nuts here for a while. Some of it seemed impossible, and it kept changing. Something in here was intermittent, kept changing. That really threw me off. It was like flipping. I think it was one side was dead, then you go and check it, and then the other side was dead. Really crazy. I couldn't pull any hair out, had nothing left on top to pull out. So what we're going to do, make a quick run in here. I think everything's still set right. I know this train is super long. It's right now, it's I had to get it all out of the yard. So it's going to come down through here. And this Ohio Central engine is dead again. I got upstairs, it worked on a programmer track. Bring it down here, it worked. 10 minutes later, it's dead, locked up. Made all the sounds, the motor won't go. There's got to be something opening up in the motor drivetrain. I tear it apart and start hard soldering things again. I gave up on it. Put the CSX back in the consist. Pretty dark back there. That's a big train because we had to empty the yard so we could work again. We're getting tired of this mount tilting on me every time I turn it. I watch it constantly. Yeah, I gotta file that crossing out some more. Those two guys are hanging up on it. Nothing else does. Just more troubles to deal with. Always something. Oop. Now what? We had a switch point that was bumped and half thrown. Jumped the switch. Construction hazard. That would be right. car train. Yeah, it's trouble pulling it through that curve over here. I hear wheels slipping once in a while. Going past the depot. That's how far he stretches. Clear out the yard lead. Just to get the headroom. Okay. There we go. Back to the way we were. Okay, it all works. That's great. And now the next thing is get the paint out. Get the yard repainted. I've cleared the yard again. Get in there. Repaint everything on the base from the realignments. And put the Ohio Central on the bench. Next two projects. All the wiring's done as far as we can tell. Okay, thanks guys for watching. Double Diamond Railroad out.